Bounty Hunter 5. Would you like? Do they have a better shot if they put the Bounty Hunter on the offlane together with the axe? Like, is that a better?
Because you want to pressure that Slark with the Shadow Shot.
I think Axe Shaman's the better lane.
Yeah, Axe is hugely enabled by having 4 ranged 4s, not melees.
All right, so that lane has to pop off. Like that Axe Shaman, if that doesn't do well,
early Vanguard,
toast.
Run down the Slark constantly.
All right, well, the game plan is clear for the squads. Let's find out who's going to take this first one of the best of 3. We're heading over to Moxie and Fog.
Thank you so much, Shiver. And we get a little bit of a treat here. We get a Ricky picked up. Usually we see that over on, of course, Thompson. He's been trying to make that work in some of his games, but this time we're going to see Ace. And it sounds like the situation is going to come down to who can snowball first, coming out from either team.
For battle.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I'm a little worried for the Hellbear Smashers. I'm seeing some limited damage coming out from their lineup just across the board. If you just look at what the heroes, how the heroes are going to be able to scale, Ricky takes a long time to get online to be really dishing out that damage. Stormstormer has actually kind of changed it up. In his past, he's only gone Exort. This season, he's actually completely changed. He's gone Quas Wex the last 2 games I saw him play Invoker, which also is going to cause some damage issues as well. So I really do agree with the panel. I think Rasmus has to dominate. Like, this Axe has to completely take over top, swing around and just help out pretty much every lane. Because I think this Alchemist, he's going to get his Ags online, and it's pretty good timing. And then I don't know how they kill this Slark. The 2 supports they can't threaten Slark almost at all. If he shadow dances, they have no damage or anything that actually hurts that Slark. Just a cloud, axe, and the
Did they fall into a little bit of a trap, right? Because, the Alchemist did get picked up and they had the Bounty Hunter, perhaps thinking that, they'd be able to really poke away, unaware of the fact that they were going to put the Alchemist in that off lane.
I think they fell to like a couple traps, perhaps, because they wanted an instant disable as well for the puck. That's why they grabbed Shadow Shaman, because Lion's already taken it. However, then they just revealed their 2 supports, right? The Bounty and the Shadow Shaman, which just opened up the draft. I feel like for OG to go for a hero like Slark, that if I was playing Slark and you see Shadow Shaman Bounty supports, you have no care in this game at all. They have no ground target spells that can actually bother you. Track, you can dispel. If the Shaman gets a jump on you, sure, it can be a little annoying, but for the most part, Slark should be able to see the Shaman coming.
All right, so it's all about Rasmus and his positioning and the initiation coming out for the side of Hellbear Smashers. But I think, he's had pretty good positioning in the past, right? We've seen him play quite a bit of Enigma in the past DPC season as well. It always seems like he was in the right place, right time.
Yeah, he's been impressive too, like with his axe and stuff. These 2 have been very strong. And this lane can't dominate. Versus a Slark, it's not the easiest matchup. They do at least have Oracle. I think that's one that can maybe change the matchup, because he can just dispel hunger. But yeah, these 2, it's going to be the key for Smashers.
It's also going to be very important that they can get onto that back line and try to deal with No-Tail. And they do, for all the that we say that they have a bit of a weaker sort of lineup with that Bounty Hunter, that is a hero that can sneak into the back lines, along with the Ricky too.
Thanks for that.
Absolutely, yeah. These 2, they could trip stuff up. Like Ricky versus Slark, also the Cloud is always something we do have to pay attention for, and Cloud versus Puck. That's why they grabbed it, right? It does have those clear indications of why it's good. If they can actually get it up Slark before OG's just online. Because they're going to get online so quick with this Alk, who's... It looks like he's going to have a pretty free lane. It's double melee. They can't actually slow down enough.
And you can see the amount of damage that Tofu was already taken just from approaching that creep wave and trying to put out the harass. So it's going to be a little bit rough here coming out for the side of Hellbears. But OG probably going to have themselves a very nice time down in the bottom lane.
Yeah. And it's like, honestly, Bounty and Ricky as melee heroes, they're quite good versus assets, right? But they're melee heroes, so it's going to be painful anyway. Even though they are like 7 armor heroes, they don't get hurt as much from the reduction. They're melee, and there's a Lion behind. He just uses it that much stronger. Mid.
Just a little.
A bit of trades here.
Yeah, casual tornado tossed out. How active are we going to see Stormstormer? Because in the past, we've seen him be pretty, I don't want to say sedentary, but he doesn't really move around that much. Does he have to be more active now with the way that this patch is working?
Yeah, and I think that's why we're seeing him transition to Quas Wex. That last season, he only went Exort. I think his whole career, he's really mostly played Exort in like 90% of the games. I think, yeah, it's because of that reasoning that he's going to have to make much more moves around the map. And I feel like, you have to versus Puck. This is not an easy lane for an Invoker.
Nothing personal.
And it's definitely one of the heroes that, the Puck Dream Call does have a very low cooldown. He's going to be very active. And if he gets any sort of rune of opportunity, he is going to be making rotations and causing problems. But Stormstormer will rotate and pick up the water runes here. Puck does have his bottle as well, but already gotten all those water runes.
He's gonna deny them out. There's no way to force the wave in as an Invoker always, so you just see like Thompson, he's just pushing the wave in onto him. Invoker has to use Tornado to secure those range creeps, otherwise he's gonna get them denied. It's just it's a tough matchup, just always.
Well, he's trying his best here right now. Currently, Puck sitting at 15-3, and the Invoker 11-2. And Tofu has to be careful. He's taking a lot of harass here, but he is, of course, making a little bit of space for Ace to be able to approach the creep wave, because this is rough down here.
Yeah, it is. At least he's getting a little bit of farm. He's getting all these wand charges on the Ricky. He's not getting pressured himself, but he's not slowing down Alchemist. Whenever you see that offlane Alchemist, if you're not killing him, that means you're heavily losing the efficiency game. They're just getting way more gold on the map than you are, just even off of this early start.
I mean, I suppose on the flip side, right? So the Alchemist is having a great time in his lane, but also, you know, up here in the top lane, Rasmus is getting his CS. He seems to be doing fairly well. Is that enough to kind of offset, or is it just because it's an Alchemist by nature? He is, of course, going to, you know, accelerate faster, that it's still a really big problem here.
They need to get some kills up top, and they will now find a grab at least onto No Tail. Don't have the follow-up call, but they do have some.
They might be able to. Gonna get the deny? No. Gilger will secure the first blood.
So yeah, to answer it, it's good that Rasmus is doing this. It's good that he's slowing down Slark, but they need to get kills. They need to threaten up here. So that's a great move for them right now.
You see Stormer picked up some of those raindrops on his Invoker as well, expecting a lot of magical harass, of course. Bottom lane, a little bit of pressure here onto Seb. Probably not as much as they'd like, but, you know, Ace is going to be able to hit those creeps.
Yeah, they're just throwing out some slight harassment. I see that Ace is going for early items. He's just going for Orb Corrosion, so they do want to try to push this Alchemist out pretty soon. They don't want him just to be sitting down here. I'm checking to see if there's any stacks at the ready. I thought maybe Saksa would have been backing up to do that, but not just yet.
We have one stack over on the side of Hellbears.
Yeah.
That one over there, it's already been cleared out, but, you know, that's still very helpful for Rasmus. Bottom lane, a couple trades, a couple little hits here. Again, no hard committals just yet. Everybody seems to want to just sit back and ensure that they can get their farm on.
Rasmus is starting to get to the point where he really wants to bully as much as possible. Vanguard's almost done. So Vanguard, and then I feel like maybe even like cut creep waves, start just really looking to pressure, take power as best as possible. You need to get an advantage in this game pretty early on. You don't want this Alchemist Slark just starting to do Alchemist things. So even if it's an offlane Alchemist, it's a different type of Alchemist game. I know the whole Cinderin saying, but
Sure.
steps a little bit far.
Just a little bit here. They should be able to get the taunt off, and that's another kill that they will collect here in the top lane. They're doing exactly what you said that they needed to do, but Seb in the bottom lane taking a lot of harass. Saksa also having some difficulties here. They should be able to clean up. Maybe one more hit trick straight come out. Oh, no, he's going to be able to survive. He's got a salve as well.
Wow, that was so close. A nice aggressive move, though, from the two of them. They just walk up and start hitting. Whenever the line walks away, they start hitting that Alchemist. Same thing top, we see that opportunity taken. And yeah, Vanguard is online. So Rasmus, he's pretty safe up here now. He probably can't die to the two of them almost at all. So should maybe even open up the map for Gilger to start looking for these runes and not let Thompson get every single one of them.
You have quite a
Then
few
he will get top.
denies over on Thompson, but with this Invis Rune, perhaps they can make something happen. They do have the sentry over up on the high ground to the side, but
Dire's middle tower is under
he's level
attack.
2 shackles. Not a point in the hex just yet, but if he's able to at least connect with the shackle, that could have gotten a kill onto Thompson, but yeah, he's gonna go ahead back top and maybe look for Ana here.
do they have the amount of damage necessary, though? Because they do have that Invis. Ball comes out from Rasmus, not quite able to grab. Yeah, they do have the sentry off the side.
Ana will play probably more careful then because of that.
Yeah, you can see him kind of.
He's swinging also around mid. I think he's probably expecting the shaman either mid or top, so he's just playing between the two a little bit here.
Yeah, look at this. They immediately realize, okay, they knew that we were coming. We have to take these down now.
Great D-ward. Rasmus getting some great tower damage, also applying pressure to Ana. This is a good start for them. They got to keep looking to get. I want them to like really push forward to get this top tower so they can force the Slark out of lane. Because Rasmus, what he ideally wants to do is you get this top tower and then you swing and make a rotation in mid, and you can try to at least pressure the mid tower too to open up the map for yourself, so your bounty, your Ricky, can all get all the information they want.
They're gonna get a snipe on the courier here.
Very nice.
So that's gotta feel nice going over for Gilger. My question to you is, how important is it that they get this Blink Dagger online? Right? We've got the Vanguard already online, but we do need some sort of initiation. We need to jump onto the Slark, right?
Yeah, it's huge. He definitely needs to get like Boots Blink as fast as possible to see him.
This is a good rotation here coming out from Stormer. You talked about slowing down this Alchemist. They should be able to do it. Ace gets himself that kill.
Why prolong the inevitable?
Great early movement coming out from Stormstormer. Yeah, just move around as much as possible, especially when they're not setting up the push mid. He doesn't have to worry about actually losing the tower probably either. Because there's no catapult or anything at this time period. Runes, Gilger again checking it.
Use the Hex, picks it up into the Arcane Room. Thompson would have liked that, but of course No Tail is nearby, so he'll be able to root hold into place. Soxa going down the bottom lane, but it looks like they should be able to eventually click down Gilger.
The messenger.
You took that stage
This
too
rotation
far.
from Stormstormer, though, netting 2 kills, and they only get the 1 trade up top here on OG.
Radiant's top tower
This is
is
good
under
moves from
attack.
Smashers.
This is the plays that they need to be making. Can they keep up the momentum, though, is the real question.
That really is going to be it. That's why we see Rasmus has to. I'm gonna keep checking to see if they have more stacks for this axe just to get him that early blink dagger. They do have 1, but I want to see like either applying pressure on top or just getting that blink early as possible for Rasmus to look for constant kills.
I mean, he's definitely, look at these spins. Oof. He's definitely putting the pressure down. That's exactly what we want to be seeing. OG, though, making just a couple more stacks over here. The chip vest also getting found is always very, very nice for these melee cores to pick up. And the shovel
Nice,
as well
that's
for
free.
an alchemist. I mean, that's pretty nice.
Shovel for Alchemist with an Oracle on your team. Yeah, the dream. Some nice free mangoes, salves, etc. Opponent number 1 probably finished up very soon for the Alchemist, and they're making an aggressive move.
Yeah, they smoked up for this. They'll find Seb hidden over in the jungle. They're just gonna burn out all of the mana, get a couple clicks off. They've got those shackles in place. And yeah, he's pretty tanky, but at the end of the day, he will eventually fall. Going over to Gilger.
Love it. Great move. With that ward that they placed from earlier from Gilger, they immediately make the heads-up swing, and they're even going to get a fast D-ward. That was just placed out from OG.
That always feels bad as a support when
Radiant's
your
middle tower is under
wards
attack.
immediately get ripped down. But they do
Radiant
have
are
a smoke
scanning.
coming out now from the side of OG. There's a lot of pressure being placed over here on Ana in this top lane. So they're hoping perhaps they can get the jump. Tofu
Dire are
off on the
scanning.
side.
Careful to not stand together for the coil. These 2 cores on Smashers right now.
They do spot out Tofu here on the side, so should be able to go burst him down. A nice quick pick off here for Thompson as they keep looking. They do manage the coil and it lands over onto 2. They'll be able to burn down Gilger. And you do have the Ricky here over on the side. Rasmus gets a nice call off. He needs a little bit more damage to finish them off, though. They'll use the Oracle ultimate to try to keep Thompson alive, but No Tail will eventually fall. The Smashers are just running after them here. Rasmus still trying to get his hands over here on Seb with Ace right behind him. The backstrats they go and they immediately just place him right underneath them. Now the follow-up with the Impale. Hop forward here coming out from Ana. Can they take down Ace? Yes, they can. As now Rasmus, he's hexed up. He was hoping he could find something else. Stormstormer's here, though. So is Tofu. They've got the track off. They can spot Ana over here on the side. Do they try to make the play? They're going to try with the EMP Tornado. Another hit down will go Ana. More teleports coming out. They're still wanting to skirmish here.
Filling Thompson bottle so he can keep his presence up top to look for the fight. Rasmus.
The track.
Tanky.
Ace get the Hex off immediately. Follow with the shackles. Good hit here from Sax to just buy them a little bit more time. Save Thompson. No Tail's healing him up over on the back lines.
I love the 5v5s in the top lane. It's my favorite part of Dota.
And it just keeps happening too, you know? They just won't stop. So they've got those Serpent Wards down over on the tower. They've got plenty of tracks out. They're going to try to purge it off. Followed up though with another Tornado EMP. Spirit Spike landing over onto 2. Nice play here by Soxa. Buys them a little bit of time to run away. But Tofu still finds himself Thompson over here. He should be able to just orb away. But the aggression now is so real coming out from the side of Hellbear Smashers, and it's exactly what you want to see.
Absolutely, just bringing the fight to them. Rasmus almost has
Dire's
Blink
top
done
tower
now off of this.
is
He didn't
under
end up
attack.
dying. He actually stayed alive during the whole
Radiant's
thing.
bottom
So his
tower is
timing will be
under
good, and they
attack.
can continue to make this aggressive move. Now they can sandwich mid. They took that top tower. Now they have a lot more openness as OG. You know, the greed. It is a very greedy draft, so they know that they can fight Virtus on Smashers. Yeah, Rasmus is going to have Blink, so it's going to be really nice for that. Stormstormer, he's got good levels too. He's level 9.
Rasmus
So far.
has got to pop off here, but with that early Blink Dagger, it'd be nice. Ace and Ana here duking it out in the
Dire's
bottom
top
lane.
tower is under
Tofu gets a
attack.
nice snipe on the
Dire's
courier. It's coming back, so it wasn't carrying anything, I believe. But there it is. There's the Blink for the axe. And now things get a little bit scarier for the side of OG.
Look how fast he's TPing too. Rasmus is already expecting a play to happen bottom. He TPs, sends his courier already preemptively to himself on the tier 2, grabs the blink. He's gonna look for a swing over to help out Ace. They know that this is the next move that OG wants to play around.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Running over to actually meet Stormstormer, it looks like.
And the
They're gonna
pressure.
smoke up.
Yeah, they're going to try to make a pinstring move. They're just going to mix Thompson over here. They're still making their way. They know Anna's down here. No tail. Tofu. They have the dust, though. They're going to try to make a play. Jump over onto Tofu. They'll be able to root him into place. Trying to get this follow-up here. Nice call here coming up from Rasmus. He's able to just blow up Anna. And now Ace, he's hungry. He finds himself no tail. Tricks the tray, gets dropped, and they use the dream coil over on the back lines. Tofu goes down. Nice earth spike here from Saksa. We'll buy him just a little bit more time, and he's trying to juke around in the trees. It looks like they haven't quite found him. They're still trying to hunt. And eventually, though, Rasmus will find him with the dunk. And look at this. Beautiful here. Gilgir drops those Serpent Wards, and they can press on with another objective.
Great moves coming out. He's seizing the opportunity of targets, and now even finds an ancient stack too. Rasmus on point with his moves. 3-0-4. This is really good right now for Smashers. They're really bringing that pressure to this greed of OG. The tower they get to deny.
Topson gonna be able to make it out here though. He does have the waning rift. He's all tracked up though. They've got a lot of damage here. I'm not sure if he's gonna make it out alive. Does have that other orb though. Looks like he's going to be able to survive. Oh, never mind! Rasmus from behind enemy lines. Acts like that indeed.
That one has to. Oh, I mean, I want to see the. Let me see Rasmus's camera. Did he pop off and all with that? That one had to have been a good one.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I love when you get those type of swing arounds. And now it's no puck, so immediately swinging to mid with all 5 heroes or 4. They can now also look to take down this tower. They're really punishing that greed. Savage is about to have the Ags now. So it's going to enable quite a bit of a power spike here for OG, especially for that Slark who's feeling kind of weak. That's going to change him a lot.
This efficiency just looks so incredibly good. Tornado over here, over onto Ana. He's going to immediately leash up over into Stormstormer. They've got the track off. Tofu hunting on the back lines. Has managed to find no tail. Ends up losing that courier.
Tofu's being a real nuisance, though. Just a little bit of information that he's given. That's kind of what caused Rasmus to even jump the Slark down bottom, right? The bounty hunter giving that information for his team. And actually doing a lot more than I thought he'd be able to do as a 5-position bounty, I gotta be honest.
I mean, I think a lot of us were very surprised that he's been as effective as he is, right? Oh, we do have the Ags completed now for Seb. So that's coming online here.
Yeah, so our Slark now is a totally different beast. He was pretty far behind on net worth. Now he's top net worth, and look at his stats. He got the Echo Saber first. Now he's 2,800 HP on the Slark. It's just very different for the next fight.
Wild tower is under attack. Radiant structures
So here's the other thing, though. You have to keep in mind the fact that you do have a Blink Dagger coming out now, too. So you've got a couple... Oh, they actually went into the pit during all this.
Yeah, they're actually...
Wow, all right.
Just taking. Rasmus is so tanky that they have the Serpent Wards for the damage. They could do this kind of freely.
I was not expecting that, to be quite honest. We dropped the Blink Dagger over here.
They got Riki with Diffusal, too. So if the fight comes to them, like this, Ricky's now actually quite strong.
Gilgir, oh, look at this. He's keeping it on the courier. So they won't realize that he's got it just yet.
I love seeing that.
Goes down.
It's so early that he has it, too. Like, that could really catch OG off guard. The Shadow Shaman being so big just from some little tracks and little fights. It's now top. Rasmus, he's got Blink up in 3.
Oh gosh, yeah, they'll open up Tornado EMP. No tail, though, hiding in the tree line. He's gonna try to protect him. Immediately, call comes out, and they go and they get off the Oracle Ultimate. Got plenty of damage here. The side zone. Ricky jumping onto the back lines. They're trying to keep the Oracle alive, and they do manage to follow up with a beautiful Dream Coil. The Aegis does expire. Seb joining in with everyone else here, but he has to be careful. The follow up, the finger comes out, down goes Ace, and the pounces out here from Ana as he's just forcing his way through. Here over onto Stormstorm, but they don't quite have that detection over on the side, though. You can see Rasmus doing whatever he can. Does manage to get the kill over onto No Tail, and they're still chasing after Stormstorm. They haven't quite managed to get their hands on him, though. They have the vision. Eventually, the orb will collect. Saksa ticking down over here to the Battle Hunger. Eventually falls. Rasmus, though, he's trying. He's got that blade mail. He's giving those spins out. Seb making his way over here. The pounds forward again. Coming out. And Rasmus, he's just surviving for so long. Eventually, though, they finally managed to take him out.
Not rise in my presence.
Oh, man, and we see the real play, the real display of the power of the Slark with all those bonuses.
Tofu?
Seb?
Tofu?
Nice
got him.
answered.
I can't believe he stuck around. You know there's a bounty hunter in this game.
The 5-position bounty kills the 3-position alchemist.
I think he does. Ooh, pounce again. Gilgir turns around. He's gonna just try to buy a little bit of time, waiting for the rest of his team to show up. Not gonna be able to really do anything more than that, but he does survive.
crazy fight, and I think now they have to really just be a little more careful on Smashers is to get on No-Tail. You can't let him get the ulti off. They have to get either a Cloud, some type of disable or something onto him, because they threw everything onto the Slark to kill him, right? They used Tornado, they used Axe Call, they used Ricky Cloud, but they did not pay attention to where the Oracle's positioned. She gets the full save off, and that kind of turns the whole fight pretty quickly. Unable to just constantly reset in and out of the fight over and over again.
There it is. There's that crit. Another fight breaking out as they do manage to find the Oracle. This time they're going to take them out first. There's the Hex, the track, everything over here as they shackle this out right into place. The lead forward though coming out from Ana, and they have a nice recoil as well, but he's taking so much damage as Gilgert does eventually fall. They have a Hex up over onto the backlines. This line swirling around in place though as Erasmus following up. Can they get the final hit off? Yes, they will. Here as they take down Thompson, they'll take down Saksa, and it's a triple kill for Ace. Plus the gem.
The gem, like No-Tail had a gem on him. They just went out and killed him with like 2-3 swings and they get a gem. That's massive, especially with their lineup. They're Ricky Bounty Hunter. Now they can take out all those sentries, any of them that are purchased up to them to close the map too. That is a huge window and some nice spell casting coming up from Stormstormer. The Ice Wall at the end, real clutch.
I mean, it's one of those situations where this hurts so badly now that they lost this, because yes, they want to keep tabs over on Tofu. They want to be able to, you know, get some of those D words, but now they've already got so much vision on the side of Hellbear Masters, just in the fact that they do have, you know, a Ricky, you do have a Bounty Hunter, and now they're ripping down all of the vision that you placed too.
Yeah, did they even keep it, or did they send? I think they just send it back to base. I think you're like, you know what, do we even need gem? Maybe we'll bring it only if we, like, you know, have some positions where we need to deward, but they don't need a gem versus OG, so put it back at the base, forget about it for some time, be very happy that you just stole 1,000 gold from the enemy team.
Dire's top
Gotta feel very sad if you're the support who's buying gems and then losing them almost immediately. They're gonna try to make a play. Tofu is here though. They drop the sentry, but they don't have the... Oh, good sidestep over here. Saksa just a little bit off the mark. Pounds coming out though from Ana. There's gonna be a finger. Are they gonna be... They're not quite able to get the kill. Oh, at the last second, the finger comes out, but... Oh, Ana falling to Ace. Gilgert looking for this opening. Won't find the kill on No-Tail, and they're just holding Thompson down. He's not looking like he's gonna be able to escape. Does have the orb though. Might be able to just blink out. Oh, the jump forward though, again coming up from Rasmus as he barely manages to save Gilgert over here on the side. Ace following up, jumping over onto the back lines. He's got his eyes over here onto No-Tail. He just fought back. He can't afford to die back, and he does. He goes down. Ana trying, that won't be able to finally take down Ace. As now Ana, he's still hunting. He would love to grab himself out. He does have that blade mail. Good tornado won't buy him a bit more time though. Another leash though coming out. The pounce eventually down will go the axe.
Oh man, long duration fight for the Slark ends up being too successful. Look at his essence shifts.
Oh my god. 34.
102 bonus agility. And he also, there was like 2 different timings that ended up happening there. He got the SNY, he got the lifesteal talent. He actually doesn't worry too much about that blade mail axe calling him, which if he didn't have either one of those, perhaps they actually can clean up that Slark, but he resets. No-Tail buys back to save him again, and he's able to just overall win the fight because of that.
The E-blade, but Thompson will orb away. The rest of the team hot on his heels now.
These two are being quite a bit of a nuisance. Thompson and Ana, they're just living too long inside of the fights. Like, Thompson got so many spells off inside that fight too, because they were focused so much on killing the Slark. I think he got like 5 or 6 different orbs and waiting rift combos. It is a bit difficult for them to solve the problem of the 2 elusive carries on OG.
I mean, that's just the nature of this sort of thing, right? Is the fact that they can just pop in, poke, back out, go back in. And again, the longer the fight goes, the happier Ana is on the Slark. It gives him more and more essence shifts to just work with here.
Yeah, like the Invoker spells just start, they really just start going on cooldown. Like Stormstormer actually threw out like his entire kit. His Deafening Blast Disarm was sick. He was actually defending his teammates really nicely with it. But yeah, these long fights, the Slark is always going to just thrive the most. Especially, like we said, getting that lifesteal talent. Now he's got an ulti orb too. 3,000 health Slark. It's getting quite problematic.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And a lot of it comes down to just getting that initiation and trying to burst him. And they had some success earlier, but it, like you said, getting more and more difficult now. Top tower, though, getting pressured. Erasmus realizing that no one's going to be coming here to help defend, so he's going to run forward, take a little bit of the tower, and punch it.
Has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still so close. It's going to be so much up to, like you were saying, like, it's really going to be if they can explode a target first or not, if they can get on this Oracle. No-Tail's been a real nuisance. They got to get on him. They have to disable him. They can't let him get his ultis off if Rasmus is getting these calls off.
Radiant's
The
bottom
pressure, follows it though immediately here. Big old meatball coming through. Seb is just dead.
Dire's top tower.
That's a very fast hit and run coming out here from the side of the Hellbear Smashers. Ace.
I love aggressive four-staff plays.
Sleeping
Gilgir
Dart.
just blink four-staffs the Alchemist out of the base so they can get that Hex when he's kind of on low ground.
They're not looking to let up here at all. Rasmus going very far forward. Looking to tank up any of the spells they want to throw at them. Ace sitting back, waiting patiently. Couple hits here. Do get the Dream Coil. And it's going to snap. Force staff forward, though. Buy them a bit more time. And, of course, Stormstorm will be able to go invis here. Sleeping Dart lands over onto the Slark. Take a little nap now, Fishy. But,
That dart could be a pretty good solution to break the Oracle, right? Just
True.
if you see him, just throw a dart onto him. They have multiple different forms now to be able to control him.
It's kind of an interesting... It's been fun with this patch, especially seeing how things are just unfolding, the way that the meta is being played, and seeing all these teams kind of doing some experimenting.
Yeah.
Position 5 Bounty Hunter here. It's working out. We were a little skeptical.
And we've done full circle, right? We were seeing Alchemist 3 position last season, and then people just stopped doing it. Now it's back. You know, we're just going to be bringing back some things that were as old as new.
The Factory Alc. Bodhi Pixel's favorite version of playing this hero, it seems.
Owen and Slack somehow just always find some weird stuff.
They're having fun.
Oh, no. He is spotted, though. He knows he's spotted, too.
Can they make a play here, though, is the question. Thus,
Smashers want to get the wraparound. They have to get some type of vision on the map. Right now, they don't really have anything. So they don't know where the Oracle is. They have to keep tabs of where he is. And Saksa, he's got Blink. So now he's got an easier way to get into the fights, too. He's been struggling quite a bit on this line, 0, 5, and 5.
Dire are scanning.
it is very hard to play this game as a Lion, but Seb, charging up. It's not going to find anyone. Tofu throwing out the track. Immediately, Stormstormer following up is going to get past over on the back lines, but the jump into the back lines as well coming out here from the side of Hellbears. Can they do anything here? Snap forward here. Are they going to end up losing Ace? They try to. They buy a little bit more time. They take down Saksa. They've got the Oracle. The Ace does eventually fall as Anna's just pouncing around, trying to get the jump over here onto Tofu. They're trying to just burst them down. Can they do it in time? No, it looks like that stable caution going to buy them a little bit more time here as eventually Tofu falling. They just can't get their hands over on that Oracle. Now Gilgir holding on for dear life. He's hoping perhaps, can they get this kill? Yes, they will. They'll be able to take down Thompson. Rasmus with a good call. They need to get some more damage, but look at the stacks over here over on Anna. He's sitting at 34.
They get the grab on Thompson this time, though. Gilgir's able to finally get his hands on him, and they got follow-up to clean him up. Ace did have to buy back, though, to join back into the fight. So did Tofu. So they do have to get something else out of it. Roche does spawn, so they can't actually look for that since Thompson's dead for 40 seconds.
Ace is creeping his way over here into the Roche pit.
Anna still has stacks, though, right? Yeah, he still has 34 stacks, so they're actually going to swing over to fight right away. Might be too problematic for Smashers. This Slark is still quite scary.
And they know that the Bounty Hunter isn't there, too.
Yeah.
And are they going to try to take this themselves? Do they dare? Do you think that's...
Why not? Slark stays full HP while doing it because of lifesteal in this, but being a little hesitant.
I'm just afraid, like, the initiation coming out from Smashers, right, with everybody being up. It's kind of scary.
Definitely is, especially when they have no way to keep tabs. They only have that one ward in the mid to know where the axe is, and it's really everything. Like, it's really Rasmus. Just he's going to be the main one we're watching with the calls that he's getting. He's doing such a good job this game. 929, Blink, BKB. He's now holding the gem. So now that we're around that Roshan time, he wants to have the vision around the area as Doxa.
Well, the jump forward immediately over to Gilgir. Just going to try to blow him up, and they can't do it quite fast enough. Oh, never mind. They can. Rasmus just a little bit too late there with the Blink forward. He getting tossed out. Anna wants this kill to get the track off, though, over here onto Slark. Immediately going to purge it off. Buyback coming out now from Gilgir. This OG takes over the triangle. Gilgir sitting on the low ground. Anna on the hunt. I hear a Dream Coil over on 2 on the back lines. They find Rasmus. They find Stormstormer. The jump forward, though. They're trying to get rid of No-Tail as fast as possible. And he's going to actually use his ulti on himself here. So turn back around. Anna got his eyes over here on Ace. He's trying to just take him out, and he's not going to be able to quite do it because Rasmus is able to drag Anna back. He's got the tricks of the trade going in again. Will survive. They drop the wards over on the side. This is not looking good for Gilgir, though, because Anna has his eyes over on the prize. Still not able to take down Saksa, not able to take down No-Tail. As Ana hunting on the back lines, Rasmus running for his life. Tofu should be able to notice here. He's not going to quite land that pounce. Thompson was considering going for this little bit of a die.
As soon as OG sees the axe, you can see how they just immediately go for him. They know that if this axe isn't getting like a good call to start the fight, then OG's got a great way of access. And it was 3 buybacks that Smashers has used in these last few moments. This Shadow Shaman's dead for these whole 40 seconds. If Ricky, if he died, which he almost did, he would have been dead for 70 or so. So Smashers had to be pretty careful inside that fight. That's why they back away. And Thompson, he's actually just toying with Stormstormer. Since this Invoker doesn't have BKB, Thompson's literally just resetting on top of him over and over again, making his life so much more difficult to actually connect spells.
Look at this. Look at the way they're just running at Stormstormer. Does have a sentry ward down. Ana hoping he could get his little fishy hands on him, but it's a little bit too slow there.
Yes, he does. Ace has a DD. Doesn't have his BKB though, so he can get chain stunned and die. Does have to be cautious.
Again, it's so much on Rasmus here.
It is.
Oh, it's Thompson playing with the axe. The Hex comes out. Ana joining in now. He just wants to get rid of this axe. He doesn't want to get locked down here. BKB does come out over on the back lines. Ace trying to make a play over onto Seb. Not going to be able to quite do it. Dream Coil does get used, but it doesn't end up connecting on anyone over here.
Big whiff there from Thompson. They could have probably gotten at least one of those kills there.
Sleeping Dart on the Slark. Look at Soxa, though. His positioning right behind in case anybody tries to jump on him. You're going to immediately be answered, as Rasmus does have to back off, though.
He has no BKB for 50 seconds, so OG probably feel like they can make their way out without that axe being on the map for now. And Ana, I think that's his next item finished up. Yeah, full Scotty now. Oof. 3,500 HP on the Slark.
I'll send in one of the Forge Spirits, try to get some vision. Stormstormer doing everything he can here. He's throwing out all of his spells, just trying to interrupt this Roche, trying to slow them down, trying to get any information killed here. Goes forward, falls. There's a tornado. Ana's still very, very healthy, though, inside this pit. They go and they drop the Serpent Wards, too.
Okay.
Maybe a bit premature here, because now they're, he's going to sit back. Ana just farming up.
Still down. Raptors can't go for 8 seconds. He knows this, too. They do get a nice wrap around Tofu, and now he's spotted.
Yeah, he gets forced down, low ground, Pounce comes out, Hex, and everything here should be able to just eliminate this bounty hunter. Roshan comes out of his pit. He wants to know what all the noise is about here, Fogged.
Oh, the noise is that Tofu's dead for a very long time. Now they have a
Indeed.
5 fight. And they don't have Serpent Wards. They're throwing spells to scout.
Looking very, very difficult to pop out of the pit here, coming out from Ana. Hoping to get the jump, Thompson over the back lines, but did he go just perhaps a little bit too far because they do have that call. They use the Dream Call. They're perfectly happy to stand there as they take down Thompson. They're going to go right back in. The roof gets taken by the Radiant. They have to pick it up quickly. Okay, it's going to be Ana who picks it up. Immediately followed up here, Gilgear trying to hold him into play. Stormer running out. They'll end up losing Gilgear. Pounces are out though. Can they get Stormstormer in time? Rasmus is already BKB TP'd out. He's hunting. They have the gem. He wants this so badly. Just doesn't quite have the pounce. He's a little bit too far from the mark, but Stormstormer, he's got his dancing shoes out. He's going to try to just hide. He's going so deep into the base. Eventually, though, Ana hunts down his prey. Rasmus, though, is here. Does have the call. We'll try to drag him back. I'm not sure about this, friend. You might just end up dying here to Ana as he's leashed. The Blade Mail does a bit. The tower also trying its best. Seb also trying to dive past these towers to also give a little hands. I mean, they have a tier 2 up in mid, Fogged.
He's just accumulating stacks, that's what he tell you. He knows not a all these heroes, they did use buyback earlier, so he knew he could go for these type of dive plays, and oh man, it's just a tough fight for Smashers to really get into at all. When they have to throw all these spells just to scout out the health of the Roche, and then they just get jumped on initially themselves, and the Axe has to wait for BKB. It's awkward. It really is for Smashers. As Thompson, he dies, but it's almost like he kind of baited them over there a little bit. Finish off that Roche.
Made a little bit of space again. They do have the gem over here on the Slark. Blade Mail from Rasmus. The force forward with the Hex. He's gonna throw out one of those big old sun strikes. It barely does anything though, sidestepping around this tornado. Ace trying to find the angle, can't quite figure out how to get in there. Does have the alacrity. They're waiting for Rasmus to get another jump off. More tracks being placed. No tail. They have their eyes on him. And just traps being thrown out for days. Yeah, they're trying. It's hard. Sleeping Dart. Gonna heal up Slark, wait patiently, and it's gonna hop into the back tree line here. Gets spotted here by the Forge Spirits.
He's so safe with this Oracle behind. Like, they have to have to somehow get to no-tail, but it's so hard. Thompson's just waiting, covering him. Just audibly showing his face.
Every single spell that they can use on this guy. And all right, there it is. 3-man Dream Coil coming out from Thompson as he leaps into the back lines. Anna to follow up as well. And again, we get that whole nice save here coming out from the Oracle. No-tail, though, sitting very, very low. But he's gotten his spells off, and that's the important part. Seth runs away. Rasmus, he's looking. He wants to get the dunk up. Not quite going to be able to get it, though.
And that's his BKB and the polling call down as well. Oh, no.
I don't know how they make this fish leave their base.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
Slow him down. At least a little bit. But yeah, they can't stop him. He's even just bouncing away from this EMPs constantly.
Get the Hex off.
Annoying.
Well, it was going a little bit far here, though. They do have to be careful. They've got the call here coming out, and the finger not quite enough to finish off Guild Gear here. Although Anna, he wants it. He goes right in. Can they lock him down for long enough? No, they can't. Again, that fountain diving coming out from the side of OG. He is separated from the rest of the team, but he will be back in a flash because he's right over here on the back lines. I hear a call going out. Cataclysm comes through. Soxa goes down. They finally get their hands on no-tail. They'll finally get that kill, but now they have to force out the rest of them, and it's just looking so difficult. The bounty hunter now going to buy back. Rasmus getting another call, drawing back here over onto Anna, over on the back line, so they do manage to go, and they'll be able to take down Ace. They don't have all that damage that they desperately need. Another pounce here from Anna is just chasing after them. Still has the vision over here on Stormer. He'll back off, and he'll just start hitting those buildings.
Oh, Ace jumped outside trying to like quickly go for Seth, but Thompson's still, he just had Dream Coil though, where they just kill him, and now Ace is gone for 80, and they really do need that Ricky damage coming into play. It can't just be the rest of them. This is likely just another set.
Radiant's middle tower.
I don't know how they get them to leave. Again, like we've said.
Yeah, they killed No-tail the once, and No-tail just buys back and runs all the way back over.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Too much for them to deal with.
Stormer continuing to just throw out his spells the best that he can, trying to make something happen, trying to slow them down at all. Okay, another call here from Rasmus to drag back, but no-tail. He's just always in the right position at the right time. The buybacks are coming out, though. They want to try to make something happen. This Ace is so far back over on the back lines here, and they still can't seem to kill Anna. He's over in the base. They used everything here. They finally used the Serpent Wards, just clicking away over here on the Slark, and he's still here. He's still regenning. Look at this Slark. He doesn't even care. He's just taking a bath in the middle of all these guys.
I like this Ricky Cloud with the Serpent Wards. He couldn't kill them. He was missing them.
Tires on Thompson, leaping in. The coil gets used. Anna's just allowed to survive and walk out. They use everything on him. Thompson is just waiting over here. Rasmus trying to time it just right. Nice waning rift. Followed up here. And again, the blade mail does a decent amount, so they should be able to finally get the kill over onto Thompson. But Anna has just been allowed to live forever. Aegis is about to expire. They find the kill on Soxa, but they just can't seem to get their hands on the Slark as No-tail gets left behind. He is going to have to be the sacrifice as all of the Hellbear Smashers just circle around him and finally kill him off again.
Does cost another buyback though. Ace kind of just killing his net worth to have to, because he just has to defend these racks, doesn't want to lose them, so they will have to use those buybacks. But Anna, OG, they do take the timer. You know, they know that Aegis is going to be going on. He does escape nice and safely and swing around and pick up some bounty runes for his Alchemist to get bonus gold. So Smashers, they do hold, but it's expensive.
I'm just concerned that you watched this Stormer throw out literally every single spell that he possibly could in that fight. And just No-tail's positioning was so good. They have plenty of ways to buff up the Slark, right? You've got, you know, the fact that they've got the Solar Crest. You've also got a Vlad's, and he's already got that lifesteal. Like, I just don't know how they kill him at this point. Like, they just, I feel like, you know, Ace, he's doing the best he can, but it's a suicide mission every time.
They're gonna, it's literally gonna have to be everything, right? They're gonna have to get a call with a Cataclysm with absolutely everything thrown on them while everyone else is somehow controlled. So that's gonna be a pretty tough ask for the Smashers to do now at this point. This Slark is just too big. He's like 4,000 HP. Like you said, throwing everything onto him, it doesn't matter. He's able to just lifesteal through it. He has two different ways to protect himself with his ult and with the Depth Shroud. It's just, yeah, it's so difficult for them.
You know, it was looking like so nice. The Hellbear Smashers, you saw Rasmus, he was getting those kills in lane. He was getting a fast blink online. He was making the right moves, but it just felt like once Alk picked up that Ags and handed it off over to the Slark, things just started sliding out of control.
Middle tower is under attack.
And now the second Ags will be delivered. Who's he going to give this one to? He's going to give it to Thompson. So Thompson's got this amazing Aghanims now versus these BKBs versus that Hellbear Smashers has been kind of relying on in the fights, and I believe the Alchemist also picked the Berserk Potion, so the Slark will also be able to pop off with that. I don't know if he had that before.
I'm not sure.
More buffs is pretty much just what it ends up being. Solar Crest Vlad's Berserk Potion, as well as they're actually running in the triangle.
Look at the way they just immediately try to run. Tofu with the Force Staff. He's trying to outrun them. Soxa's trying pretty hard, and so is Ana. He's just pouncing forward here. Daring him to come forward is just going to focus down over on the building. Stormer throws out that tornado. Buys a little bit more time. The MP, oh, but the pounce away. Rasmus just a little bit too slow, or perhaps Ana just a little bit too quick.
At this point, that EMP, it's not going to do a whole. This is an 1800 mana Slark.
Yes.
That's a lot.
I mean, I'm not sure what they hope to do to him, just period here. Look at this. Just walks on in. All right, they'll try opening with the call again, and they follow up with a very nice Dream Coil. Again, this is an Axe. So they have their own Aghanims, and they'll turn around. They'll hold down the Slark for a little bit, but Seb jumping in, and look, the Sonic just going right for those back lines. Wants to get rid of Hellbear. Does have to be a little bit careful, though. He's dove pretty far here. Again, has the pounce. Cataclysm coming out. Did Seb go a little bit too far? Yes, he did. Down he goes, though. Immediately buying back. As Ana looking for his next victim, does get hexed up. The No-Tail is standing right behind. Sleep Dart, though, over onto the back lines. They might be able to make something happen here. So just keep dodging in and out. But again, No-Tail with that save. They just can't seem to kill Ana here. They disarm, going right back. They have the shackle. They're just slowing him down. We keep seeing all these darts flying out. They're just trying really, really hard, but they're not managing to find this opening as Ace gets controlled yet again, and Ana just going right into the back lines, kills Hellbear. The rest of them.
There's too many little buffs being thrown at him, too many dispels being thrown at him, just keeping him full HP, keeping him just having 30 stacks or more. Now they're just going to the buildings. Rasmus
trying to go after Toxin here, but still not able to do it. The control comes out over here after Rasmus, 3-man Dream Coil. Push forward, trying to get them back into the fountain, or trying to snap it. I'm not sure, but look at Ana. He's just chasing down Stormer. Starts going over into the fountain again. He will back off. Saxon needs to be careful. He's getting clicked pretty hard here. Rasmus finds a dump, but it's a nice effect going right back in again. Ana jumping forward, gets the kill on Tofu. Hellbear Smashers, they're trying to defend. They're trying to just throw their bodies at them. Ana having to be a bit careful. Seth throwing out that unstable concoction. Namus just going in deep here. Has his eyes over here onto Rasmus. Can he get this kill? Yes, he wants a triple kill now. Tornado Ice, well, he's just chasing after Stormer. He can't stay alive. Somehow, during all of this, he's still alive. The GG gets called. They realize they just cannot. They cannot do anything to this Slark, despite their best tries.
Ace's Ricky line was pretty appropriate right there. Why prolong the inevitable? As that game was definitely over as they were diving the fountain there with all those stacks on the